On the twin flame journey, you may find that you are constantly doubting yourself and the inner guidance that you may be receiving. One day you may be sure of what you know and you feel to be true. Then the next day, you wonder if you are just imagining your connection to your twin flame. So, perhaps, you find yourself seeking confirmation outside of yourself. You may be constantly seeking proof that this is real. Now, I'm not talking about the signs and synchronicities that we all experience on this journey. Rather, I'm speaking of constantly asking questions of other people. These could be people that you view as experts on twin flame guidance. Or it could be constantly listening to card readings or messages from others on YouTube. Now, I'm not saying that these do not have their place. They definitely can be used by Spirit to provide confirmation at times along the way. However, it is not good to rely on receiving messages and guidance from outside of your own soul. For the answers that you seek are always within you. One of the lessons to be learned along the twin flame journey is that of learning to trust your own intuition. You are learning to become your own authority, to trust your own inner authority and knowing. As a part of your growth on this journey, you will develop your innate spiritual abilities. These abilities will increase over time as you use them and come to rely upon them more and more. As a part of your twin flame journey, you are being called to follow a spiritual maturation path. You are moving toward a fifth-dimensional consciousness and way of being. In the 5D, you shift from a state of mind based upon belief and reliance on outer proof to a state of mind based upon intuitive knowing. Your intuitive gifts are developed almost as a byproduct of traveling this twin flame spiritual journey. Some of the gifts that you are encouraged to develop on the twin flame journey include what are referred to as the clairs. The clairs include clairaudience, clairvoyance, claircognizance, and clairsentience. The clairs are your higher dimensional senses that you may not have previously fully developed, perhaps due to having greater focus on 3D reality earlier on in your soul's journey. However, as you ascend and grow, you begin to develop them and to become more familiar with them. And as you develop them, somewhere along the way, they will become second nature to you and a natural part of your way of being going forward. Perhaps one or two of them may manifest more naturally for you, or you may feel more comfortable with one or two than the others, and this is fine. All things occur in divine timing, including your own spiritual growth. Clairvoyance refers to spiritual vision. This is when you receive visions in your mind's eye that seem much like a daydream. You may receive communication or messages in this manner. However, in order for this to happen, you may need to spend some time in quiet and meditation, allowing yourself to receive any pictures that flow into your mind. Clairaudience refers to spiritual hearing. This is when you hear words, sounds, or music in your own mind's voice. In this manner, you may receive messages from your own higher self, your spirit guides, source, or your twin flame. This also requires quiet and meditation, taking the time to open yourself to any words that flow into your mind. Claircognizance refers to inner knowing. This inner knowing gives you the certain sense that you know that you know that you know something. This is when you have knowledge of people or events that you would not normally have knowledge about. Spirit impresses you with truths that simply pop into your mind from out of nowhere. Sometimes, this is also referred to as spiritual downloads of spiritual wisdom and knowledge. The meaning of clairsentience is clear feeling. This speaks of having a gut feeling about something. Through clairsentience, you will sense energy and receive information through feelings. It's all about picking up information through emotions, feeling energy, and picking up on vibrations subconsciously. Through these intuitive senses, you are opening your awareness to the inner planes and higher dimensions. As a result of this, you will become increasingly sensitive to impressions and messages from the higher realms and your higher self. You are becoming more aware of the subtle energies and the invisible thread that connects to your twin flame and to all that is. Meditation is a very important practice on the twin flame journey. Spending time in silence opens you up to receive messages and new understandings, and it helps you to develop your spiritual abilities and gifts. Surrendering your mind and heart to Spirit during times of meditation opens you to receive words, impressions, feelings, pictures, visions, or sensations. Meditation increases your sensitivity to ideas, concepts, and images from the higher realms and your higher self. As you develop your spiritual senses, Spirit enables you to see, to hear, to experience, and to do things beyond anything you could possibly previously have imagined. There's a realm beyond the physical senses, the realm of spirit. This is an infinite and eternal dimension that transcends form and goes beyond time and space. By opening yourself up to these higher realms, you may receive divine revelation and answers to questions you have been seeking. You can thus gain spiritual wisdom in this mystical dimension, including visions, signs, and messages. So, meditation helps you to gain clarity and wisdom that is very important on this twin flame journey.